been that much written about what role comics were playing, even though a number of these artists, some of them from Texas, were using comics, or at least referring to comics in some cases, or incorporating comics into their art. And so there's really not really been that aspect of it that's been explored, certainly not from a comic studies perspective. Comic studies is itself a fairly new field. But the reason this painting really so attracts me and moves me is because, you know, that's basically me. I was about that age in 1973, and those are the characters that I was reading, and those are the characters that I still read. And in fact, he's quoting from particular comics panels, which I recognized in the painting. So Mel Casas, who I did get to interview for this project, he's since passed away, but you know, he was very critical of this idea. I'm a lot more ambivalent, right? Because on the one hand, I'm very aware, of course, that American superheroes are a kind of whitewash, and they are a way in which my own mind was being caught. If you've been reading superhero comics as long as I have, you automatically spot an image like that. It's clearly a book. And so it is you know, something that I kind of get into in terms of, I don't know to what extent that the artist is aware of someone like José, but there was a Dallas comics artist, his name is Richard Dominguez. He makes an alternative comics series called El Gato Negro, which is kind of like a Batman sort of a series. But he, at that time, was trying to revive Relámpago. He was talking to the family of the man who invented it, created it, Margarito Garza in Corpus Christi. This kind of real handmade sort of quality. This is extremely rare. He was so ashamed of his art, he actually had all the issues he could find destroyed. So this is actually in a collection archive at the University of Michigan, where I went, which was run by a man who in early 1970s just started gathering examples of the little regional examples of fascism in a fascistic way of thinking. So you know, this is maybe a bit of a problem, right? As I put here, and scene after scene, Garza's law and order ethos yields to his maybe the worst side of his nature, as Relámpago mockingly sadistically dispatches suspects without a whiff of due process.